Well, hey there guys, Pika here, and it's time for the end of the year update video that mostly every single content creator ends up doing, just to, give a little bit of a feedback as to what happened to the year, where's things going, and where we're going in the near future. Well, 2022 is finally over, and I'm actually glad as to things that come. There was like some up and downs, to be fair, but we had some good games. Life growth ends up happening, growth ends up happening, and I can end up saying that I found a much more comfortable self in me. As you might have noticed that the new avatar, which is the Code Pika itself, even though to be fair you can probably say that, oh, it's just a Detective Pikachu, it's not really that unique. Listen, if I end up trying to make Pikachu any more unique, it wouldn't even be Pikachu anymore. It would just look like some weird thing that nobody would understand. But no, the Code Pika, if you guys are probably wondering, actually end up coming from a meme. But in all honesty, I actually like Pikachu. Got a Pikachu plush, had the Pikachu binder, had also the Pikachu toy that ended up making the Pikachu noise, and also ended up having the Pikachu amiibo. No, I did not end up leveling up my amiibo version of Pikachu on Super Smash Brothers, because why would I do that? All I know is that Pikachu was the only one I could find. I also got Mario and Samus, but I mean, no one really cares about those two unless you're a fan of those. But I guess I can end up talking about the things that I managed to do. For one thing, in the starting year, I tried to end up watching One Piece. Keyword is try. I really did try, because I stopped at the Skypiea arc once it was finished, and yeah, I was trying to wait for Crunchyroll to merge with Funimation, so that way I can also get the English dub of One Piece, even though I know the English dub is a little bit behind, but that's besides the point. The point is that I wanted to watch it in English. Couldn't, so I had to watch it in Japanese. So now I'm kind of a little bit on the slow burner here, so probably next year I'll probably watch it more on Crunchyroll, but who knows, they might actually merge with Funimation and probably end up having the English dub as well. I don't really know. Anything could happen. I want to also go through Pokemon again, all of it this time, because beforehand, if you don't know, the reason as to why I want to do that is because Ash and Pikachu's adventure is finally coming to an end. They're finally going to be changing the protagonist to someone new, and that's actually pretty exciting considering the fact that it's been a long time for them to really do this, and people have been asking for it for a lot. So hopefully this is what people want and don't end up basically complaining and having to crap fit about, oh, new protagonist, blah, not good or whatever. And I'm glad that it's also going to be Pikachu's last hurrah as well, because let's be real, Pikachu is still the face of Pokemon, but it also was Ash's partner through and through. It'd be kind of weird if we just had another Pikachu with somebody else when in reality it's not Ash. Everyone always usually associates Pikachu with Ash or Red. So yeah, or Yellow if you really want to stretch further from anything. I got to end up meeting my friends again for so long. It was such an exciting moment, even though it was very short, mind you, but I'm also going to be visiting them again this coming week as of this recording, and I'm mostly looking forward to that, because that's actually going to be pretty exciting. It's probably also going to be short too, because, as you're having fun, weekends go by pretty goddamn quick. So other than that, I also were able to set up streams with friends as well. I kind of want to do that a little bit more, but we'll be talking about that as we get to the conclusion part. So the games that we managed to play, I'm not going to really name a lot of them because there were a lot of games that we sort of streamed, but I will mention the big ones that we managed to play, which is Pokemon Legends, which was a very different take on the Pokemon franchise, which I have to admit is basically like a Monster Hunter style where you're more so researching the Pokemon, making the Pokedex, trying to figure out how these Pokemons live and breathe and do other things, and it was really nice. I managed to get some laughs out of it when playing it, got some very great moments out of it. You'll end up seeing them when we end up posting clips of it, and overall it was just a fun experience from start to finish. Unfortunately though, Pokemon is one of those series that I can only end up playing on stream because of the wild things that tends to happen. This is more so on me. I can't personally play Pokemon on my own. It's a more so of a preference thing, not so much of I'm bored of the series. I just cannot play it on my own time. Unless, it depends on the mood though, because I will end up admitting, if I'm at a certain mood, I'll probably be able to play Pokemon from start to finish. I just would end up admitting that starting from the beginning is usually always a slog, but that's usually every RPG, let's be real. The next game is Xenoblade 3. Now this game, when they end up introducing the trailer, end up basically being like, oh my god, god is there are British actors, Xenoblade 3 clickbait, but no, it was actually Xenoblade 3, and the focus was a musical flute and all that other stuff. So when the game was going to come out in September, they kind of, you know, had it all ready and done, but they didn't want to go ahead and be on Splatoons this time, so they decided to release it earlier for us, and that was actually great. Unfortunately, just like Final Fantasy VII, if you don't remember, I end up pre-ordering the thing, trying to get the special edition. The special edition, trying to get it was like the most painful thing I ever seen in gaming life. But hey, hopefully Nintendo learns from that. Here's hoping. But I got my special edition, and the reason why I wanted the special edition for 3 and didn't get the special edition for 2 and 1 is that, well, there's the reason right there. I didn't get the special edition for 2 and 1. Not because I wasn't looking forward to 2 or looking forward to the remake of 1. I just didn't have the money. Like, let's be real here. I didn't have the money. I had the money for 3, didn't have the money for 2 and 1. So, yeah, it is what it is. But after Xenoblade 3, I'm not going to really go into detail with some of these because I'm obviously going to be doing videos of them at some point. But Splatoon 3 came out, and this one I was excited for as well, mainly because since I skipped Splatoon 2 because of the fact that I got the Switch very late and all the other things were happening. Even though they were still doing events here and there, I guess I just didn't want to go ahead and be too behind and trying to build up stats back up and getting weapons again. I wanted to start fresh, you know, I wanted to start fresh like everybody else, and that's what Splatoon 3 managed to make me do. It managed to basically make me become fresh with the combat, with the mechanics, and with the player base, which is a bit of a, hey, you like losing 5 games, or you like losing very close games? I love those. Those are my favorite. But no, I'm glad that Splatoon 3 is out. I'm excited for, I did like the new modes that they did add, like tricolor and that new one that they did, which was Big Run, which essentially allows the Chozo Guna, I don't remember his name, it's the big giant Godzilla salmon mofo, where he will end up now appearing in main levels that you will usually be turfing in, which is pretty unique for the game, I will end up admitting. And I finally got to play Salmon Run. I'm glad it's not limited this time, unlike in Splatoon 2, because Splatoon 2 was limited and it only ended up opening for a certain amount of hours. In Splatoon 3, it's infinite, so you can be able to do it whenever you wish, which is really good, because Salmon Run is essentially like Kirby Air Ride, where a lot of shenanigans can happen, and your team could either be good or bad, and that's really about it. After Splatoon 3 was Bayonetta 3. Now, this game obviously was in a fuel of fire before it was even released, and if you know, you know, but after a bunch of things, shenanigans, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah, the game finally came out. I got the game, and I played it. It was by far the most fun experience I ever had in a video game. And I'm glad that my experience wasn't too sour by it. I was still a little bit myth about the things that was happening and wish it wasn't too weird on how that was being played out. It's so super annoying whenever you pay attention to a lot of things on social media, and then when you find out about it, then you feel bad, people bash on you for doing it, and yada yada yada. There are some things to not get, and there are some things that you can get once you end up doing a little bit more research. Hogwarts. Anyways, after Bayonetta 3, I'm not gonna, like I said, not go into detail with these games until, you know, I get to them in an actual video. Sonic Frontiers came out. Now, this game, I saw people, friends, saying that this game was awesome. This game was good. This game is it. This is the future of Sonic, or whatever. But once I got Sonic Frontiers and I played it, one of my friends ended up telling me that I should just play it on my own. I did. I did play it on my own. And it was an amazing experience, because it's been a while since I played Sonic, because the last Sonic game I played was Sonic Forces, so you guys already know how that game did for me. So playing this, I didn't look up no information, nothing about it, nothing else was being shown to me. I really just did not pay much attention to anything except for that one trailer where it showed like a better gameplay than the IGN one showed us. And that is when I was like, okay, the game kind of more so looks like, you know, you're doing a bunch of stuff and also fighting some dudes here and there. It's not too bad. And once I played the game, I was like, oh, okay, so it is essentially open zone, because I'm not going to say open world. They call it open zone version of Breath of the Wild. And because they have the shrines, which are just essentially classic Sonic levels, they have the and then you have the giant world. I more so love exploring the giant world. It's the enemy variety is, you know, they sometimes do reuse certain enemy types, but the bigger type of enemies that you face, the Titans, the unique enemy for that island, it was just great. The music for the first big dude that you fight is incredible, and then when you fight the first actual boss, it's like, is this a Sonic game? Like, is this a Sonic game I'm playing, or is this just some Metal Gear Rising song am I playing? Like, what is this? But yeah, Sonic Frontiers was an amazing experience. I don't know what else came out. I did finally end up playing Bloodstained for once. I played the inferior version, which is on the Switch, which was probably not the ideal version, but that didn't really sour my experience on the playthrough. It's good. I don't mind it. It's essentially still a homage to Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, and Portrait of Ruins, Dawn of Sorrow, and Order of Ecclesia, you know, if you're familiar with those. And, you know, I like those. I like those games. Aside from that, I guess, since I think if I was playing on a better hardware and that wasn't the Switch, I probably would have been able to have a better frame rate, I would end up admitting, because there was like a lot of graphical glitches that happened in the game, and also a lot of sound issues, but that's really here or there. I did enjoy the game. The story was a bit predictable because it wasn't really hiding anything. It wasn't no wow factor or anything. I like the shard system, even though I didn't like the fact that the shard system was misleading as balls, where the game says, "You shouldn't take all the shards, Marcy." That's our name. "Miriam, or else you'll become corrupted." I'm like, oh no. And then I read on the thing where we were about to get to the end of the game, and it said that the corruption line means nothing. Is just a red herring. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, it would have been interesting if you did get a bad ending. And to be fair, to the game's credit, the game does say that Miriam is built different. So obviously that means that the shards won't really do anything to her to begin with. Even though every time you get a shard, the game kind of has like a little bit of a shake screen thing, which kind of ends up making me think like, oh god, is she getting poisoned or something? But nah, she good. She can handle it. She's got the powers. But yeah, I think that's all the games we played. I don't think we played Pokemon Snap. I keep thinking we played New Snap, but it's also kind of very hard to remember what games we did play. Let's be real here. I did end up having like a little bit of a race thing with my girlfriend where she was playing Super Mario Sunshine and I was playing Super Mario Odyssey. I basically took this kind of idea from JDQ's YouTube channel, where it's like, which game is faster? And I don't know why I thought Odyssey would be faster than Sunshine, considering Sunshine kind of has less levels than Odyssey. But hey, I was close to beating the game, just kind of, but it's just that my girlfriend was faster. If she was doing 100%, however, I would have won. Probably. Maybe. I don't really know. Something to do in the future. But yeah, overall, the growth for myself, I would say that I'm finally getting comfortable with myself. In terms of talking, in terms of writing these type of things where I want to be able to be better. And I'm also editing more. I want to obviously thank ChibiSkeven for grabbing all these amazing, bountiful clips, both highlights, both regular clips, just for me to edit. And the reason why I don't let her edit, because let's be real here, she's going out of her way watching skimming through 3-hour clips just to find good ones to give me, so that way you guys can end up watching them for your entertainment and not have to end up watching the entire playthrough. I think the highlights ones are good for long session type games, like for Xenoblade, for instance. Like, if you guys don't want to watch like the whole 3-hour video, you can just watch a shorter video that's like 17 minutes with just the best moments in the game. Obviously, you won't really get too much of the context, but you just get the funny moments. You know, that's usually what you guys come here for. But yeah, I end up loving editing. I didn't realize that I started to make it like a little bit easier for myself in terms of the layout of the software that I use, and it's pretty nice. Like, it's actually a really interesting way to figure out ways to make yourself more comfortable in terms of the things that you do. Because if I'm doing this long term, gotta be comfortable with it, you know? And I love doing it. Like, if somebody probably gave me something to do, I'll probably end up editing that too. That's not a sign to give me something to do. It's just like, you know, don't do that. But yeah, I end up enjoying that fully, and I'm looking forward to what's to come in the future. Speaking of what's to come in the future, I have no idea. Because in all honesty, anytime I say anything of what's to come in the future, sometimes never really happen because future sucks. But no, what we have planned is there is one particular thing I want to do, which is a stream marathon of the Legend of Zelda 3D series, not 2D or all the other ones. Mainly it's a 100, because the thing is, we did this before in, like, I don't know when we did this, but we did this like a long time ago where we played most of the Zelda games back to back, and that was pretty fun. And this one, I want to do a 3D 100% Zelda title, which consists of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, The Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, and Breath of the Wild. And to cap things off, this won't be a blind playthrough, obviously. This will probably be later down the road within the marathon. We will then end up playing Tears of a Kingdom. So I have a plan for that game. And that's actually the reason as to why I wanted to do this marathon. Weirdly enough, I wanted to do this marathon way before Tears of a Kingdom was the title was dropped. So this was planned way before. It was supposed to be done this year, but, you know, things happen. So now it's going to hopefully be done next year in the coming year, months and stuff. But yeah, that is one of the bigger major things that I want to end up getting done. I also want to try to get more content out for you guys, and also kind of end up doing a bunch of other games. You know, if you guys want to recommend me a game, go nuts. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, then shoot me a message. I'm on Twitter at ChibiSkeven. It's not hard to find. I'm literally not always on Twitter though, so I might not get to your message in time. Kind of been trying to utilize it less here. For the most part. Still end up posting random crap here and there, especially when I'm doing like a magic only run in Final Fantasy VII. You guys don't really care about that, trust me. But yeah, overall, gonna be visiting friends this coming week, and I'm looking forward to it. I guess what I will end up saying is, just in case if any of my friends are watching this, and any of you guys are watching this, I'm not gonna assuming you're not going to watch it, but I want to end up thanking you all for joining me and my girlfriend on this wonderful ride. We are maybe small potatoes, but someday we will become big giant potatoes. And then once we become big giant potatoes, we shall rule over the whole world. There is one more thing I would like to do next year, but I have to get out of my social awkward zone and probably actually talk to people. Kind of like to collab with people. Don't know how that works though, considering I never done it before. But I would like to do that at some point. It would be kind of nice, you know? But yeah, that is the end of this journey of 2022. And in the next journey of 2023, we don't know what's to come. The future can be very bright or it can be very gloom. But that's not to go ahead and say we shouldn't go ahead and look to a brighter future and to go ahead and see the positives that can end up happening. Will we end up growing more? Probably, considering the fact that we're human. We always grow every single day. But until next time, ChibiSkeven fans, I'll be seeing you guys next year for the upcoming more of electrifying videos. You guys have yourselves a wonderful holiday, stay safe out there, and have a wonderful new year. Catch you guys next time, and thank you for always supporting me as much as you can. Laters!